Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Igor here, and someone gave me the idea to do this, so here it is, the just starting out guide for Salem, which because the game is in beta, it is subject to change. I'm sorry if it does, but it may change in the future, I'm not sure. So first off, I would like to thank Sevenless on the forums for giving me the backbone to this guide, which was a rough sketch of how I started off, so I'm not going to cover everything that's involved, but I'll give you guys a good guide for your first steps into the world of Salem. So let's get to it. Obviously, like you've seen in other videos out there, the first thing you need to buy to even do anything is Childish Things, which will allow you to take the boat into the new world. Now after that, you should wander around until you find a smooth stone or something to purchase the skill that Childish Things unlocks, Survival Skills. Survival Skills requires 200 Frontier and Wilderness and 200 Hunting and Gathering, which if you have Ender's Client and some patience, a smooth stone is all you need. Now once you purchase survival skills, you can teleport randomly to a location on the map, or teleport to a friend. If you teleport somewhere stupid, like on top of a mountain, just port back to Boston and walk in a direction until you find a spot that you find suitable. And survival skills unlocks 4 more skills. Colonial Tradesmanship, Fishing, which allows you to fish in rivers and lakes. It also allows you to craft things like the makeshift fishing poles, and a few lures to go along with it. Foraging, which we will talk about here in just a bit. And self-defense, which gives you some basic combat moves that you can use on things like rabbits in the beginning, but you probably want to work on getting your biles up through gluttony before even trying to kill things. While all these skills are useful, the one you probably should look at first is Colonial Tradesmanship, which unlocks a few things, such as the Inspirational Strawman, which is a very simple inspirational to craft, only needing 5 grass to make it, and a pretty decent inspirational, giving 550 arts and crafts, very useful for getting that proficiency up for whittling later on. Among the other things it unlocks, there are a couple other noteworthy ones to mention, like the Woven Basket, which is used for storing up to 6 objects and only requires 5 grass to make a hay and 6 branches which can be picked from any tree. You should use these whenever you want to temporarily stop for a bit to work on some skills or store stuff. Make note though, golden rule of Salem, if it isn't claimed, it's free game, so you should always store important items on your character when you log out. Also, the Fireplace, which can be built from the build menu, requires 15 stones, and once you light it, it will significantly outlast the pile of wood and can be refueled, so if you watch it, it'll never go out. With that said, after you unlock Colonial Tradesmanship, that unlocks a few more things. Literacy, which slightly increases skill learning speed. Settling, which allows you to stake a claim, build a house, and a torch post for some minor defense, but we'll save that for another video. And Simple Cooking, which gives you access to some food recipes, but you probably won't want any of these for the time being. You would want to get Foraging, which you unlocked earlier, so pick up Foraging, and that will open up some more skills for you to get. Like Essential Mineralogy, which is your first step to mining, Lore of the Lumberwoods, which I will get into in just a second, Nuts and Seeds, which increases your chance to find more chestnuts in the forest and coniferous forests, and Small Game Hunting, which allows you to attack small animals like the cricket, but you won't need that until you at least find a decent temporary spot to settle down, or at least that's what I did. The reason you want to get Foraging is for the crafts and movement options. It allows you to craft berries on a straw, which is a very simple early on recovery food, and also very good for early on gluttony for blood. A Taste of Autumn, which is a good simple inspirational to craft early on if you are near a forest, only needing 1 grass, 1 toadstool, 1 chestnut, and 1 maple leaf. It has some pretty high stats too, like 620 law and lore, and 875 pots and pans. So with that said, now that you have some crafts and some stuff to make in your arsenal, you should go for Lore of the Lumberwoods next. And Lore of the Lumberwoods unlocks even more things, like hiking, laboring, which will severely decrease the amount of phlegm you need to dig, and you can carry up to 15 dirt, up from 10. And whittling, another important one for making a lot of things later on in the game. But Lore of the Lumberwoods allows you to craft the axe, which only requires a flint and a branch. And once you get blacksmithing, you can make a metal axe, which goes twice the speed of the regular one. The Lumberwood figurine, another decent early inspirational, which gives you 640 hammer and nail, as well as 190 cloak and dagger. Good for eventually getting your back alley pugilism skill. But Lore of the Lumberwoods allows you to chop down trees, an essential part from the beginning all the way to the late game. But by now you have probably gotten a decent ways away from Boston, or you are already settled down and happy with your spot, which in any case I would get hiking, which gives you access to some essential skills like exploration, hill climbing, which just allows you to climb higher cliffs, and swimming. Hiking is essential for 2 reasons mainly. It unlocks the lean-to, so if you haven't found a spot you can make a temporary homestead, but if you need to port back to Boston, if your inventory's full, or you just need to sell stuff, it makes it pretty useful. The Wander ability, which is in the movement and increases your moving speed and increases the chances of finding different items like more food and inspirationals, but it drains a small amount of blood and phlegm when you do so. Next, I would go for exploration, because by now you are probably doing a lot of foraging for different things, which is where exploration comes in handy. Exploration doesn't give you any new crafting recipes, but allows you to see more things on the ground you otherwise wouldn't find, as well as allows you to climb steeper hills than usual. It also unlocks even more skills, yet again, like flowers and berries, and that does exactly what it sounds like, increases your chance of finding flowers and berries, Indian tracking, and mushroom hunting, which helps you discover more mushrooms. You probably want to pick that one up pretty early on as well. But for right now, you've probably hit this wall where you need some silver. You could buy it from the Salem store, which is fairly cheap as they have adjusted prices recently, or you could get Indian tracking. That increases your chance of finding Indian feathers and arrowheads, which you need to make savage charms. You also learn how to craft the savage charms when you get Indian tracking, and those sell for 35 silver in Boston. Now when I started, I wandered in different directions for about 10 plus hours, and I found so many of them I actually had enough silver to make my first claim and buy some nails as well. But last but not least, swimming. Get it. I mean, seriously guys, get it. I'm sure if you're using this guide or you've already played the game, you know how annoying it is to try and find your way around a river or try and find your way through a lake or something because you can't swim. So that allows you to cross rivers, cross lakes, and stuff like that, and it makes exploring much easier. But here it is, guys. This is the guide. That's how I started. It's a good backbone if you're getting into the game. You don't really know what direction you want to go in, and this is a good guide for a typical wanderer or something like that. There's a lot of differences between if you're going for a farmer or if you're going for a miner, if you're going for a raider. There are a lot of different ways that you can actually build your character. But this is kind of how I did it. So hopefully this guide helps you out. Most of this information came from the wiki, so hopefully it's accurate for the most part. But this guide should help you out.